Elon, you got to fix this. This is embarrassing. This is bad business. And so I said, I just want you to know, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about this, that everybody in my network knows about this, that this is terrible on your part. This is not how you deal with customers.
Ruslan.
Before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan, and this channel exists to encourage you to mastermind your business the master's way. May not be subscribed yet, so if you aren't, please hit that subscribe button as we are on the verge of cracking 10,000 subscribers, and I would love to celebrate that with you. All right, now let's get into the video. Oh man, I had a terrible experience, Zach, and this is a breakdown of how not to do business.
Wow.
Terrible experience with a major company.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
A major company that we all are familiar with. So, I'm trying to be, environmentally conscious. I have our solar panels. We have a nice solar panel system. But in order to complement the solar panels, we wanted to get batteries so that we can actually use our excess power without sending it back to SDG&E and keep it in-house. And then when we're not using solar, when it's not bright out, then we would use that. And then if and when there's ever a blackout, we would have our own solar. This also ultimately would allow us to be off the grid, right? Just in case the apocalypse happened, I could be off the grid. So we got these batteries from Tesla, okay? Now, I own a Tesla. I like Tesla. My experience on the car side was fairly seamless, incredible.
Nice.
So we get 2 of these batteries, and in the process, everything is going smooth. The guy comes out and specs it. I show him where I want everything to be, which is next to our electric box.
Okay.
Which
Reasonable.
is reasonable, which is where our little meter is for our Wi-Fi thing to connect to the solar, where our panels are. Everything is there. He agrees. Oh yeah, this would be a great place to put them. We're all happy. Then I get an email the week of the installation. The email says, hey, look at the schematics. This is where we're going to put your batteries. And they were going to put them on the other wall away from all the electrical stuff that's already here next to our new around the corner, basically. And I looked at it and I was like, hey, this isn't where I discussed having these.
Yeah.
Why are they on this other wall? It doesn't really make sense. They're away from everything. And he's like, well, that's just our Tesla recommended location. All right, Tesla recommended location. I said, is it a way to move them? He's like, no, it's like our recommended location. The guy gets here. A different guy gets here. So the inspector comes. I get an email. The inspector comes, draws up the plans. I get an email. They put them on a different wall away from everything. The guy comes to install them the day of. He wants to put them next to the electrical. The installer wants to put them where I wanted to put them.
Okay.
So we're all on the same page. The people, the humans here physically are all on the same page. The contractors, myself, both contractors, everybody's on the same page. He hits me up and goes, hey man, I can't put them there because on the schematic they sent, they have them on the other wall. I go, okay. He says, if we move them, they're going to charge you $1,800 to move them.
Darkness.
That's already a $20,000 kit.
And when you say move, whoa!
If we move them, I'm going to charge you $1,800 to move them. And I go, why? You want them there. The first guy wanted them there.
And when you say move them, you mean not install them in the location that Tesla put on the schematic, not
Yes.
physically move them to a different spot.
Yes, put them where we visually said would make sense.
Okay.
Where both humans visually said would make sense. Tesla wanted to move them across around the corner. I go, yeah, like I don't want to pay for that. We start talking. He shows me where they're actually going to go. Where are they going to go? Right where everybody walks in on the edge of the gate. Now it's already a small walkway here.
It's probably what, 2 feet wide?
A small door is 28 inches. So that's probably 36 inches.
Okay, so just over 2 feet.
And so it would protrude out about 6 inches.
Whoa.
So as we're walking in every day, there would be 2 big old batteries hanging 6 inches off the wall, where you potentially clip it every day. It's right on the edge of the wall where everybody walks in, where we would have to walk. There's a lot of foot traffic there. We all walk through there as well as our guests.
So it's like a weight check for all of our guests before they come in. They have to suck it in.
It's a weight check, but it could also be dark. And again, this is completely out of the way of everything.
That's insane.
And so I'm like, no, like this isn't going to work. Like, and that's the only way we can kind of take stuff out too. If we need to take something out, if we need to deliver something around, that's the only place it goes. I go, yeah, no, that's not going to work. And he's like, okay, calls them, emails them, whatever. Hey, yeah, like they're saying it's impossible to move these. It's $1,800. So I email my little project manager, who I've already said, I didn't want them here. Why did you guys put them here? And he says, that's our Tesla recommended. I call him, I talk to him. I'm saying, hey, I think this is potentially a fire hazard.
Yeah, this is not homeowner recommended.
Yeah, I'm saying this, it doesn't make no sense. It's away from everything. It's further away from everything you already need access to, which is our solar panels, which is our electric box. Everyone agreed, we're going to put them over here. It doesn't make any sense. And he goes, yeah, well, listen, I talked to my manager and she said, it's $1,800 to move it. It's not negotiable. And I was like, is there any way we can waive this $1,800? He goes, no. I go, is there any way I could talk to your manager? your supervisor. He goes, no. I go, okay, so every human who was here agreed where they should go. Every person involved in this process agreed where they should go. It makes more sense there. I'm telling you, it's a fire hazard. It's tucked away from everything that we need. It's in the way of people walking in. I'm telling you, I work from home and I have an office here. Yep. You want to put it right next to the entrance as people got to turn the corner. It doesn't make any sense. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. This is what it is.
So you have to go like justified Karen mode.
I'm full on Karen mode.
You're like, I need to talk to your manager.
Manager, supervisor, full on Karen mode. He goes, yeah, man, it's just not negotiable. I go, okay, let me ask you this question. So I go, let me ask you this question. I said, how would you feel if you were me? Mm-hmm. If you asked for something specific, both humans said this is where they should go, and you guys who are not here in some building somewhere, I said, did you actually drop these plans or someone else did? He said, someone else did, but I approved it. Okay, so how would you feel if you were me? He was like, well, sir, I understand how it would be frustrating and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, it'd be frustrating. He said, I apologize. I said, sir, an apology is changing something you did wrong. It's correcting something you're doing wrong. I'm telling you, as a loyal customer who's dealt with your car arm, I've never been treated like this before. This is not how you treat your customer. Mm-hmm. And he just goes, sorry, it's just non-negotiable. There's nothing I can do. I go, let me ask you a question. If I had said in that initial email, no, I reject where your schematic says it, I wouldn't have had a choice, would I? And he goes, yeah, you wouldn't have had a choice.
Bruh.
So I said, so tell me how, as a customer, do I not take this as you guys just trying to get an extra $1,800 off of me because the Tesla recommended section of where you're going to put my battery is totally out of the way of everything, and I don't want it there, and it's actually protruding on me going in. And I was like, so this just seems like a racket. So I said where I wanted it. The guy agreed this is where it should go. And then you just flippantly send me a schematic and put it where you want to put it. And even if I would have said before this guy today showed up to install them, I don't want them there, I wouldn't have been able to change it. And now I'm on the hook to make the payment for these. And there's no way, you're telling me there's no way I can get out of this, huh? And he's like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I said, this is bad business.
That's dirty.
I said, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And so I said, I just want you to know, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about this, that everybody on my network knows about this, that this is terrible on your part. This is not how you deal with customers. And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You had to let them know. But
absolutely. And I said, this is not how you deal with people, you know?
Can't the main thing?
Sure. And he just said, well, I apologize, sir.
Ugh.
I said, you know, it's probably not even your fault. Like, this is just probably bad bureaucracy on your part.
That's like being a videographer and being like, hey, here's the price to shoot the whole video, edit the whole video. Are we good? And they're like, yep. And then you're like, oh, by the way, to send you the video, it's going to be an additional $1,800. Mm-hmm. To send the video that I paid you to edit? And yeah, I'm just sorry. I thought we usually do mail. We would mail a USB drive to you, but if you wanted to Dropbox it, instant transfer fee, it's going to be $1,800. It's dirty.
It was crazy that he admitted it.
Yeah, he's like,
even if you would have pushed to have it exactly where you wanted it, there would have been no way. Not $18K, $1,800. $1,800. Yeah, I had to move it. There was no way around it. I couldn't have gotten out of it because we already had set it up for the payments and all that kind of stuff. So there was no way to get out of it. And I couldn't have told him. I couldn't have told him no. I already signed the paperwork. Mm-hmm. You know, and I said, yeah, but I signed the paperwork after you sent me the proposal. No, I said I signed the paperwork before you sent me the proposal. It said that you were going to approve wherever we put it. I said, so I signed something that I didn't even know where I was going to put it, and all along I'm thinking it's going to go where next to the breaker.
It also sounds like they just find the most inconvenient spot in the house to put it.
Literally,
because there was no like hazard or reason they wanted to put it over there.
I said, does this get in the way of you getting it permitted? They were like, no. I said, so you just really wanted to put it where you wanted to put it?
It's just vibes.
And he was like, well, it's just our Tesla recommended. I was like, what does that mean? What does Tesla recommended mean? It's just where we wanted to put it.
So we're gonna put it in your son's bedroom on his ceiling, unless you want to pay $1,800 to move it somewhere else.
It didn't make any sense. So it would have literally been on the other side of our bathroom as people were walking in, 6 inches protruding out in a space that's probably maybe 3 feet, probably more like 2.5 feet. Elon, you got to fix this, bro. This is embarrassing. Tesla recommended. And warning to anyone else, it's a great battery product, right? It's a great battery product, and it's actually competitively priced in comparison to other battery products. But this process is completely nonsensical and stupid, and it seems like they're just trying to get an extra $1,800 out of people by putting it where you want to put it. And if you don't like it, screw you. We're going to keep it there, or you're going to pay us $1,800 after you signed the paperwork, which didn't include where you wanted it. We just kind of moved it arbitrarily because we felt like it. It's very embarrassing for a company this big to do this kind of stuff and nickel and dime people that are already buying 2 wall units. Like, I'm buying 2 of these things.
Emily, here's the thing. It's not the high visibility aspect where they can see it. Ruslan put it, he wanted it.
I wanted it in a high visibility
on house. a part of the house that's actually towards the front. If you drive past the house, you can see the battery batteries, no.
Listen, it's easier. Yeah, exactly. Emily, this would have been on the side of the house where no one could see it.
It would just be getting in the way of our private walkway to the back of the house. That's it.
Exactly.
The fence would be blocking it. No one would see it.
Yes.
But we would have to shimmy past it.
Get this, punchline. It was easier for the guy to install it where I wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he didn't have to run a random cable all the way around the house back to the breaker and where the solar panels are connected. So it made more sense. It's actually less resources and less of a footprint to just put it where all the humans wanted it. Instead, there's some guy. And so this is like when Vivek is talking about middle management and bureaucracy.
Yuck.
Like this is what ruins companies.
Just enough
is
power.
some rando in some random office and they're
No critical thinking.
No critical thinking.
Just following arbitrary rules that they
orders
made.
and just doing what he's saying. Listen, I wasn't going to sit there and fight. I really do need them. I just decided I'm just going to give, this is my review of the Tesla battery. I'm going to go leave a negative review every single place I can leave a negative review for you guys and sell them this whole process. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo put together a free training for you to learn the #1 metric you can control to help improve your online presence.